Hey my fellow food fans, it's time again. Today we're going to do a very simple avocado sandwich. Nothing fancy at all. We got our ingredients here: avocados, Munster cheese, optional, your preference of bread that we're going to toast, a little bit of salt, the bowl, and our masher. If I've got a masher, just use a fork. The first thing I want to go over with the avocado sandwich, which I happen to love this thing. It takes a couple minutes to make. It's great for you, and it's simple, incredibly simple. One of the most important things, though, when you're making it, in my opinion, is that you get the right avocados. Usually, I'm not picky on a lot of things. I'm a stickler for making sure you get the right brand or right this or right whatever, but in this particular case, with avocado sandwiches, I actually will tell you to get Haas avocados. If you can't get them on sale, wait for the sale, then have the avocado sandwiches. What you're going to notice in these videos is I'm also going to show you how to shop smart for a lot of these ingredients, where to get them from, what price roughly you're going to pay for it at the right time. If it's not at the right price at the right time, you need to wait for the right time. So in this particular example, I haven't had avocado sandwiches for like a month because the Haas avocados have not been on sale for the last month or so. So they went on sale yesterday. They went on sale for $1 a piece. So now it's worth it. So we got 5 of them, and we're going to make ourselves a avocado sandwich. Actually, quite a few of them. So again, Haas avocados, nothing else. If they're not going for like $1 or so, cheap enough for you, then just wait for the right time, the right price. Anyhow, we are going to do today's avocado sandwiches with cheese. I'd actually recommend possibly doing your first one without cheese. That way you could, if you've never had one especially before. Some people actually have never had a avocado sandwich before. If you've never had one before, you might want to taste it plain, just with the avocados and a little bit of salt, and that's it. And by itself, it tastes great. But we're going to add some Munster cheese today because I just feel like it. Of course, there is various versions of the avocado sandwich. You put sprouts on it, etc., tomatoes, onions. I actually, again, advise you keep your first one simple. You just taste the avocados, because avocados are kind of a subtle food, so if you add stuff to it too quickly or too much other stuff, you're going to detract from the taste of the avocado, which is fine later, but at first you might want to just try it all by itself. Anyhow, aside from the avocado, the first thing I also want to talk about, which I will keep harping on for a while, is these two things. My knife, which I've had for a very, very long time now, and same with my cutting board. I will bring this up again, and it'll actually probably have its own video, but one of the first things you should do if you decide that this is something you want to do pretty constantly is go out and get yourself a good knife and a good cutting board. And we'll talk about that later, maybe more so the knife, but we'll talk about that later in detail. But I use this thing so much, and as you notice that on all these videos, you'll always see probably the cutting board of the knife right here. Everything else might get washed and put away and everything, but I use this so frequently that it always stays right here, ready for me to use, like right now. I guess before I get started on the rest of the stuff, again, as you guys know, these videos take longer than this actually take you to do. A lot of this is me talking in detail about various things, so not only can I show you, but I can also explain to you as I'm showing you, and teach you some things possibly. Not that it's all that complicated, but part of being in the kitchen is time management. So what I usually do is I throw the bread in the toaster first, get it going. Avocado sandwich tastes way better with toasted bread versus non-toasted, so I would normally go and do that unless you prefer not to. Also, again, you your preference of toast, totally up to you. Whatever you like. Your bread rather. Next is your, well, that's toasting over there. Next would be your avocados. The way I tend to do this with the Haas avocados is after I cut it open, and of course my hands are washed. Once I cut it open, I do this with a lot of things, especially a lot of fruits and such. I don't like to waste things, so how I've learned to do this, take the avocado, instead of scraping at it, like a lot of people do, which is fine, I actually, without even using a spoon or wasting a spoon, I actually get all of the avocado out by simply cutting it in half and then squeezing out. And it pretty much just all falls out nice and clean. That's it. Second one, same thing, just obviously grab the seed first, toss it, and squish it out. And that's it. Toast is still going. We'll get these out of the way real quick. And on your video, you will probably see this portion right now. Fast forward. Alright, well, probably at this point the fast forward is probably stopping the video, and we're going to pick back up now that we have all the avocados in the bowl. And of course, something always happens in the kitchen. We just cleaned the toaster, so of course on this video as we're doing this, I got the toaster back there smoking some of my bread. So anyway, try not to smoke your bread like I just did. Anyway, so back to the avocado sandwich. We're doing the cheese and avocado sandwich, but let's focus on the avocado first. There's all the avocado, all 5 in this case. Again, it was 1 avocado for $1 each, so it was $5, and it's nothing for avocados. It's great, especially Haas avocados. Okay, so there's the bowl with avocados in it. Now, what I tend to do is you want to mash the avocados and get them ready, but you don't want to over mash it. So you're not trying to turn it into guacamole, basically. So mash it, yes, get them broken down. You want them somewhere between guacamole and whole pieces of avocado. So somewhere in the middle, you probably did it right. Looks something like that. Okay, so still leave some chunks in there, some decent chunks, but also some smashed areas, and overall should have roughly this kind of consistency, where it's again putting guacamole in whole avocado pieces. And get your salt. Put a little bit in there, not too much. But salt does make the difference with avocado sandwiches. It makes a huge difference. I'm not big on using a lot of salt. You're going to notice in a lot of these videos that I tend not to use oil almost at all. I'm going to teach you how to cook most things with water-based, with water only. Very little oil. Usually oil that we use comes from the meat itself. No need for extra oil and stuff like that. So pretty healthy. And some of the things we use salt for. This is one of them, and this is probably one of those dishes where you actually use the most salt because it makes the avocado taste really good. Okay. Got our toast. These ones came out like they're supposed to. Stuff ready. Now, this part's optional, depending on what you want to do here. Some people like their cheese melted, some people don't want to melt it at all. We're going to go ahead and melt it because I have a feeling most people would prefer it that way. So you've already toasted your bread, so the bread's going to hold the cheese better when you toast it. It's not going to fall apart and get all mushy. That's nice. And again, while I'm doing this, when you're shopping, because again, a lot of these videos are details. It's not just you getting a 2-minute video sped up on how to throw stuff together real quick and you're done. It's also about where I'm shopping, what kind of prices I'm waiting for, that kind of thing. In this case, for example, the Munster cheese went on sale for about $2 a pound, which is great for Munster cheese. Again, there's certain locations I go to try to get these prices. And I get those prices there pretty often, unlike the big chains, which I pretty much almost never go to because they very rarely have sales on things that we'll be using here. Usually sales on candies and Gatorades and stuff like that, but not what I call real food, stuff we can make dishes out of. Alright, so a couple slices, one side, and we'll heat this up real quick. By the way, that was 22 seconds. I also forgot to tell you that. Usually on everything I do, I'm going to tell you exactly times on things and various things. I'll probably miss some stuff here and there, probably a lot. But if I miss it in one video, I'll try to catch up on the next video. And it's all those little details that I've learned one piece at a time that makes the dish come out better and faster, basically. All right, it's ready to go. Like this, for example, I've learned that on a normal microwave at a normal setting, at 22 seconds with one sandwich, just one, it changes if you go with 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But with one sandwich, you're going to get this type of melted cheese where it looks like the commercials, where it's still a little bit together, but it's also perfectly melted, so it has that consistency like that right there. I like it. And why not try to do it perfect when you can, because why not? 11 seconds too little, 33 seconds too much, 22 seconds right on the money. Now, depending on how many people you're feeding with this, or how many sandwiches you want to make, take your avocado, smash it on. If you love salt, maybe a little bit more. Don't go too crazy. Don't want you getting a heart attack. Also notice that when I laid the avocado, I'm laying it on the slice that goes where the cheese is on the bottom right now. We'll talk about this more later in other videos. Again, I'm going to be pretty detailed in these videos. Not that you will be that detailed, per se, or take as much time as I'm taking to show you. In fact, like I've said in the introductory video, you should be able to perform these tasks, these dishes, in probably a quarter of the time that I'm actually running these videos. So again, if I run a video for 20 minutes, you're going to probably be able to go to 5 minutes. But if you want to do it fast, go for it. If you want to listen to me talk about details, maybe I'll bring up something that is important to you. What I was going to say right then was, in sandwich building, for example, I was taught by somebody that you want to put layers of things in the sandwich that are going to hit the taste buds in a certain order. In this case, for example, the cheese, the Munster cheese, is going to hit your taste buds before the avocado. So it's going to give you a good mix in the right order, and it's going to taste, just that much better because you stacked it in the right order. Next would be, onions, tomatoes, etc. But anyway, just like tasting wine, there's some rules to it. If you want to follow it, if you don't care, just build the thing. Either way, that's our avocado sandwich for far less than 10 bucks. We're done. Some bread, 5 whole avocados. We're gonna probably make 10 sandwiches here. If you're doing this for yourself and like in my case 2 other people, it works out perfectly. You're gonna probably make, I'll probably make 9 sandwiches out of this and we're good. If you're making it for yourself and you're a single person, you make some right then for that day, put the rest in the fridge, maybe for work, for lunch, what have you, and that's it. See you guys next time. Hey guys, this is a follow-up video. This will probably happen quite often where you'll see me append something to the main video if I forget something, which I probably always will. So I will append stuff to the main video with my afterthoughts and just stuff that I missed. Now for this particular video, it was the avocado sandwiches video. Something I always want to do in every video is I promised you every meal or dish will be 10 bucks or less, but I also wanted to tell you exactly item by item what I paid for each. That way you can expect to pay the same thing if you shop it out correctly. In the avocado sandwiches video, the 5 avocados were 5 bucks, a buck a piece. So 5 bucks there. The loaf of bread was a buck. And the Munster cheese was $2.80 for a pound. So what do we got? $8.80 total. So pound of cheese, Munster cheese for $2.80, loaf of bread for a buck, and 5 avocados for 5 bucks. So $8.80 under budget. And the cheese, we didn't use probably half a pound of cheese, so we're looking pretty good. That was the first thing, and again, I also will be saying, hopefully telling you these prices in the video itself, the main video. If I forget, I'll have to keep doing this and appending to it, but hey, that's on me. The other thing about the avocado video that I wanted to also mention, I forgot to, was the type of cheese used. I used Munster cheese on purpose. Could have been Swiss or provolone or something light like that, but that's the point, is that you want to choose a subtle cheese like Munster cheese or provolone or Swiss or what have you. Nothing really strong, otherwise it'll get in the way of the avocado taste. So Munster was the choice there because it's a light cheese. So anyway, expect this to happen from time to time where I come in and append to the video and I talk to you all over again. So see you guys next time.